For millennia, across generations, across centuries, people have gathered this time of year. As the days grow short and the sun seems distant, at times people gathered in fear, at times they gathered in gratitude to honor the power and the mystery and the sacred dark of the winter solstice. Sometimes we know it is darkness that holds promise. As Kim will read later, as promise wakens in a sleeping land, writes the poet. In the darkness of the womb, in the darkness of soil and earth, it is there that almost everything comes to life, finds sustenance, finds nourishment. These ancient practices of welcoming winter and dwelling in the darkness for a little while before the light starts to return. It reminds me of what seems like an old, almost forgotten practice, so uncommon these days, dark rooms. Dark rooms used for film development and photography, which still happen even in a digitized world. It is in safety there, the safety that is held by darkness that allows these images of the world, the images of this life, to take shape and form, to come to life, to safely emerge at last beyond a fleeting moment, to capture a memory and to keep it alive, or in the words of the solstice poet, to keep the year alive. And it's still true. How the vast darkness can envelop you like a cloak and hold you in the embrace of stillness that sometimes you need to come to life, to find the nourishment you need to take shape in the world again. Let me seek solace, writes solstice poet Joyce Rupp. Let me seek solace in the empty places of winter's passage, those vast dark nights that never fail to shelter me. May the darkness, though it feels isolating, and maybe more so, certainly more so this year, may that darkness help us notice the beauty there can be in stillness, the necessity of night, and remind us that we are made of the very stars that the darkness allows us to see.
Good evening, blessed winter solstice, and welcome to my home. You know, tonight as we celebrate winter solstice, there may be more than ever a great rejoicing in the thought that light and warmth will soon be filling more and more of each new day. And you know, this year especially, we may want to hurry from fall to spring to avoid the long dark days that winter brings. The struggle with the cold darkness of the land and the emptiness of the trees pales in the shadow of the year that we have all endured. Our eyes see color. Our spirits tire of tasting the endless gloom and darkened skies. But winter darkness has a positive side to it, and I invite you to recognize and honor the beauty in the often unwanted season of winter. I've selected one poem and one prayer to mark the sacred passage. They are excerpts from The Circle of Life by Joyce Rupp. Winter's Cloak. This year, I do not want the dark to leave me. I need its wrap of silent stillness, its cloak of long-lasting embrace. Too much light has pulled me away from the chamber of gestation. Let the dawns come late, and let the sunsets arrive early. Let the evenings extend themselves while I lean into the abyss of my being. Let me lie in the cave of my soul, for too much light blinds me and stills the source of revelation. Let me seek solace in the empty places of winter passage, those vast dark nights that never fail to shelter me. And I will finish with a winter solstice prayer. The dark shadow of space leans over us, and we are mindful that the darkness of greed and exploitation and hatred also lengthens its shadow over our small planet Earth. As our ancestors feared the evil in all the dark powers of winter, we too fear the darkness of war, discrimination, and selfishness that may doom us and our planet to an eternal winter. But may we find hope in the lights we have kindled on this sacred night, hope in one another and all who form the web work of peace and justice that spans the world. In the heart of every person on this earth burns the spark of luminous goodness, and in no heart is there total darkness. May we who have celebrated this winter solstice by our lives and service and by our prayers and love call forth from one another the light and the love that is hidden in every heart. Merry be, merry part, until we meet again. Let it be so, and amen.
Good people of this happy tide, consider well and bear in mind all that strong love for us can do when we remember our promise true. Now love itself stands in this place with glorious beauty and pleasant grace, to welcome us with open heart and raise up welcome in every hearth. Whatever life on us bestows, love's mantle round our shoulders goes, remembering this day's delight to bring us help and mercy bright. When darkest winter draweth near, the light is kindled without fear. Love sparks at midwinter so deep, this blessed time in our hearts keep. When coldest winter draweth near, turn we to joy and make good cheer, remembering our vows so strong. We raise our voices in this song, drive darkest want and need away, remember we this happy day. Call love to witness every one, and dance beneath the winter sun.
Winter Solstice by Rebecca Parker. Perhaps for a moment the typewriters will stop clicking, the wheels stop rolling, the computers desist from computing, and a hush will fall over the city. For an instant, in the stillness, the chiming of celestial spheres will be heard as Earth hangs poised in the crystalline darkness and then gracefully tilts. Let there be a season when holiness is heard and the splendor of living is revealed. Stunned to stillness by beauty, we remember who we are and why we are here. We are not alone. In the universe, there moves a wild one whose gestures alter the earth's access toward love. In the immense darkness, everything spins with joy. The cosmos enfold us. We are caught in the web of stars, cradled in the swaying embrace, rocked by the holy night, babes of the universe. Let this be the time we wake to life, like spring wakes in the moment of winter solstice.
When choosing a story to tell you tonight on winter solstice, there really are two good options. One is called The Shortest Day. The one I chose, though, is called The Longest Night. I think that sometimes we underestimate how impactful it is to have a night of complete darkness and to have that night last longer than any other night of the year. The Longest Night by Marion Dane Bauer, illustrated by Ted Lewin. The snow lies deep. The night is long and long. Stars are ice, the moon is frost, and all the world is still. Bears sleep, as do the velvet mice. A moon shadow lies by every tree, thin as a hungry wolf. Shh, whines the wind, the bitter winter wind. Cold and dark now rule. Cold and dark now rule. Gone, caws the crow, the night dark crow. So long the sun's been gone. I saw it slink I saw it sneak. I saw it creep behind a cloud and go to sleep. But I am the one. I know how to bring back the sun. I'll fly with my strong wings to reach the clouds. I'll poke with my sharp beak and wake the sun. Not you, sighs the wind. Not you. Gone, cries the moose, the mighty moose. I know the sun is gone. I saw it slip. I saw it slide. I saw it plunge from the bowl of the sky and disappear behind a hill. But I am the one. I know how to bring back the sun. I have legs long enough to reach that hill, to climb that hill. I have antlers strong enough to scoop up the sun and bring it home. Not you, sighs the wind. Not you. Gone, barks the fox, the clever fox. The sun is too long gone. Someone must search. Someone must seek. Someone must find the hole the sun crawled into. I'm the one. I know how to bring back the sun. I have a nose keen enough to sniff out the sun's hiding place, paws quick enough to dig it up, teeth sharp enough to grab the sun and toss it back into the sky. Not you, sighs the wind, not you. The night is long and long, says a chickadee. The sun is gone and gone. If not crow or moose or fox, then who? Who can bring back the sun? You, says the wind, only you. Me? Cries the chickadee. Her? Cry the crow and the moose and the fox. Shoo, answers the wind. Chickadee hears, only you. The little bird knows she can't fly all the way to the sun. Her beak isn't strong enough to poke it away. She can't climb or scoop. She can't sniff or dig or toss the sun into the sky. So she does instead what chickadees do best. She sings a song. Dee-dee-dee, she sings, and dee-dee-dee, she sings, and dee-dee again. What kind of noise is that? Cries Crow. Just dee and dee and dee. The sun won't listen to such nonsense, bellows Moose. What can it possibly mean? Barks Fox. Just dee, says the chickadee. Only that. Dee, dee, dee. Shashi, says the wind. A star melts away, then another. The frosty moon pauses, snagged in the branches of a tree. The world holds its breath, waiting. Dee, 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 says the chickadee, and again, dee and dee. Slowly, so slowly, the sun opens his eyes. He stretches. He tilts his head, listening. Who sings in the cold and the dark? He asks. Who indeed? Whispers the wind. Shashi, shashu. Dee dee dee, says the chickadee, and the sun smiles. Fingers of light peel back the blanket of darkness. Fingers of light grasp the edge of the world, and slowly, so slowly, the sun lifts himself into the sky. Thank you, sun, sings the chickadee. Thank you, sun, echoes the world. And with the song of one small bird and the sun's answering smile, the journey towards spring begins. So I hope you take some time tonight, on this longest night, to appreciate how it feels to be wrapped in that beautiful darkness, and hopefully maybe even see a few stars out there.
Blessing for the Longest Night
by Jan Richardson.
All throughout these months, as the shadows have lengthened, this blessing has been gathering itself, making ready, preparing for this night.
It has practiced walking in the dark, traveling with its eyes closed, feeling its way by memory, by touch, by the pull of the moon even as it wanes.
So believe me when I tell you this blessing will reach you. Even if you have not light enough to read it, it will find you, even though you cannot see it coming.
You will know the moment of its arrival by a release of the breath you have held so long, a loosening of the clenching in your hands, of the clutch around your heart, a thinning of the darkness that has drawn itself around you.
This blessing does not mean to take the night away, but it knows its hidden roads, knows the resting spots along the path, knows what it means to travel in the company of a friend.
So when this blessing comes, take its hand, get up, set out on the road you cannot see.
This is the night when you can trust that any direction you go, you will be walking toward the dawn.
The winter solstice invites us, calls us toward silence and stillness and quiet. I invite you to hear the sounds of this singing bowl, to lead you to be enveloped by the sacred mystery of the darkness. And may this sound lead you toward deeper and deeper stillness. May that nourish you for the days to come.
This Shortest Day by Susan Cooper. And so the shortest day came, and the year died. And everywhere down the centuries of the snow-white world came the people singing, dancing, to drive the dark away. They lighted candles in the winter trees. They hung their homes with evergreen. They burned beseeching fires all night long to keep the year alive. And when the new year's sunshine blazed awake, they shouted, reveling. Through all the frosty ages, you can hear them echoing behind us. Listen. All the long echoes sing the same delight. This shortest day, as promise wakens in the sleeping land, they carol, feast, give thanks, and dearly love their friends, and hope for peace. And so do we, here, now, this year, and every year. Welcome, Jewell.